Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode of... So you might have noticed that this video has been up for about 24 hours. And that's because I was going to do the stream yesterday, but my mum was too sick, so I decided, yeah, I'm not going to make a lot of noise. She's doing better now. I also was a bit under the weather, but I'm doing far better as well. I got like a mild version of whatever was going on. And I also got this, as you can tell. Still not sure if I've got the volume precisely right, but I think that this is supposed to be, again, I'm trying to return to the setup from before, because I used to have a soundboard that I played a bunch of effects from, then eventually it started like getting worse and worse, and there was like a few issues I had with it. This is the updated version. I would lift it up and show you, but it's currently encrusted into the table, and I feel like if I move it, I'll move all the cables around, so... oh wait, hold on, webcam, forgot. There you go. I set this up on stream. You can see that it's all very confusing right now. This is why I downsized and made it and used a headset. But yeah, I thought, I mean, I'm being sent more sort of stuff on like things like Star Now and stuff to do. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna upgrade my voice settings, see if they'll help things out in general. Anyways, enough about that. I think I've got the description for today. It seems like some people are also sick. KW is still recovering, so I hope I'm glad to hear that you're doing better. Why is it like Gachalife 2? Because it is. Oh yeah, the thumbnail's like, okay, you used to ask that guy again. Just in bolded as Gachalife 2. Oh, well, there you go. I can't see anything and I'm on 1080p. Okay, that shouldn't be happening. Okay, well, if you can all see it now, then... Alright. If I talk, I'm going to adjust my voice. Yeah, that is fair. Okay. So, I think that's all of the updates. Good to be back. And of course, we're back in style because I got this video sent to me by Josh like a couple of days ago. Because one day I had to do a stream, I was setting this thing up actually, and another day, I was that was yesterday. I told you already. See the stream, the quality is strangely bad. Yeah, I still don't understand that. Tell you what, I'll try turning my camera off and on again. See if that. Oh my, I forgot it did that. And I forgot I put the background over there. I still will do the Razzies, by the way, I just haven't had time for it. Okay, there we go, just put something random in the background. You know, why not? I haven't used this one. Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, hopefully the quality of the video will be better, I'm not even sure. I don't think this is a voice actor project, so... Yeah. In fact, I think it was actually designed to be reacted to, because it seems that there's a couple of popular gacha tuber reactors who have been pinged in the description. Because this video comes from a channel called Sunflower, which has 100,000 subscribers, and so clearly has like a bit of a reach, and it might be connected to channels like Gaming Mermaid and such, which is one thing that was pinged in the description. Not really so sure. But it does seem that there's one person who has ventured into the realms of Gachalife 2, and therefore might have a much more significant history than I have imagined for those two reasons. Oh well, we'll see for now. I haven't shown the part where the two duplicate ping, but that's in the original video in the description, so there's that. Also, likes have been disabled. Interesting. Don't know why that would be. Anyways, so let's start. So, OMG, y'all, here it finally is, my first ever Gachalife 2 short mini-movie. I feel like that's redundant, right? If mini-movie already implies that it's short. I've been working on this mini-movie for over 3 long weeks. I put that's 1 week than puppy love, so there you go. I put tons of effort and time into it, so I'm hoping everyone loves it. I would absolutely love if y'all share it to others for more support. Anyways, I had so much fun creating this Gachalife 2 mini-movie. It's been a while since I posted a short mini-movie. My first Gachalife 2 one. I've seen my Gachalife 2 mini-movies, short movies in general. Oh, I haven't seen them many in general, so I'm hoping it becomes big in the community again. Hope you like the video. Go for my next Gachalife 2 mini-movie. Honestly, if you want a very fast drinking game, take a shot every time the person says Gachalife 2 or mini-movie in that description alone. My goodness. Okay, but the actual plot synopsis is underneath it. Ever since Charlotte and Kaiser broke up, there's been an unspoken tension. However, the two are resistant to bring it up due to their tough circumstances. After the two broke up, Kaiser entered a trade agreement with Claudia and her parents. Who is Claudia? You didn't say who Claudia was in this case. This resulted in them to spend lots of time together. Claudia insisted on the two dating despite Kaiser's refusal. As time rolls on and tension brews, so does trouble. After running into Prince Conrad, Charlotte, we're up to Charlotte now, is met with a predicament. A terrible one at that. With no other choices, Kaiser comes to her rescue. So what did Conrad do to Charlotte? And why did Kaiser resort to marriage? Did Charlotte accept it? What will Claudia do as a result? Find out in my new Gachalife 2 mini-movie, Let's Get Married. Can you say Gachalife 2 and mini-movie that more times, please? I feel like we didn't get the, Oh, I think I might know what's going on. High memory use is detected. Yeah, that might be why. Just gonna put some tabs to sleep, see if that does anything. Might be the CPU draining on here. It took me 3 months to make a movie. Well, I mean, it again, to each their own. It honestly depends on the person. I will say this mini movie is, I think, 12 minutes long. So if that's a threshold for you, then that might put things into perspective. I wish we could get an episode. Oh, and it's frozen. I wish we could get a single episode done in 3 weeks. I'm envious of her free time. It might be free time, might be maybe just efficient use of time, or the fact that you're doing animation, Bond. It really does depend. People are comparing their time lengths for all these different things, and it really, like, that's not much of an indication of anything. What will be indication is whether or not the video is actually any good. So, I guess we find out. Without further ado, on with the review. I immediately recognize this music track. Nice. Oh, so it's more like an I just assumed because of I use that music track for, like, you know, sinister moments or horror and suspense, so I kind of thought maybe we were going in that direction. But okay. Okay, you lot have not stopped talking about the quality. I'm gonna see what it actually looks like and see if I can do anything about it. It's not letting me click. It's not letting me do anything. I don't know what you mean. I can see it just fine. Like, and you're commenting on the designs, so yeah, I don't get it, honestly. On my phone, I appear just normally. I'm not sure. Well, I'm gonna have to leave it because I don't know what the problem is because I can't see it. They're not really too bad. They look worse than I thought. Okay, so you're talking about like commenting on the designs, which means you can see them, tell them apart. So that's something. All right. You've been groaning all morning. What's the matter? It's about the ball I must attend later today. The ball? But I thought you loved attending events like that. Okay, that was some interesting timing. I don't know if that was deliberate, but the light bulb was timed to when like the melody started again, like the dun dun dun. Like I feel like I'm not sure if that was. Oh, anyway, but there you go. The idea has been struck. Kaiser is attending, isn't he? Turn myself up a bit. Must you say his name? Fine, I'll just refer to him as your ex, in case the viewers have not read the description. Would raise the question as to why it's such a they keep all that in the description anyway, but oh well. But I'm confused on why you despise him so much. It's a long story, but basically... At first we met through our parents' trade agreement. Okay, hold on a second. Whoa, wait a minute. So, if we go back to the description for a second, can I just bring that up again? In here, it says that ever since Charlotte and... Okay, so after the two broke up, Kaiser entered trade agreement with Claudia and her parents. Okay, maybe Claudia and Charlotte are different people. I thought there might have been like a mistake in the names and such, but... Okay, so it was there was a trade agreement with Charlotte's parents in the past, but after Charlotte and Kaiser broke up, Kaiser entered a trade agreement with Claudia's parents instead. Two separate accounts. Is this the Phantom Menace just in stereo? Because no one wants that. And soon began to develop feelings for one another. Like, immediately, we're still standing with the exact spot where we just met. It was pretty instantaneous. Our young love for one another was very real. Yet it didn't last for as long as I'd hoped. Monsieur Bun don't put a time frame on there, but oh well. All because of one little girl and her parents' trade deal, so this must be Claudia. Okay. Our parents' deal also broke off, so now I no longer had an excuse to visit. Honestly, a playdate would have probably sufficed. And as time grew, so did I. You didn't grow an inch. You stayed the exact same size, just are wearing a different dress now. The only times I would see Kaiser would be at balls and events. And as always, Claudia was clinging to him. He let himself be labeled as one of her decorative souvenirs she would bring everyone. Actually, you know what, Bond? That is a very good question. Does time grow? No, but a tin can. I've got nothing. Shall I alert the horseman to get the carriages ready? Your story was very boring, ma'am. I'm going to change the subject now. So essentially, she's mad at Kaiser for not having a backbone. There is a very good chance that he might have ended up having to be forced into that position. I guess that wasn't considered. Also, people have been talking about like the size of the eyes of the characters, just as a brief tangent on my end. I think I could see the issue. The iris and pupils are very engorged. The eyes themselves, I think, might be a little bit enlarged, but not that much. But it's because of the iris and pupils that we see like them just like bulging so much. I think that's it. Uh, the matchbox, yes, it does. It's hard to explain. Michael's going to be. Oh, you talk about if time grows. I see. I think what your uncle might be referring to is more akin to time dilation. I think that's what was being referred to here. I think. What do I think of the background? Um, it's interesting. I've been on tours around, like old palaces and such in different places in the world, and yeah, it's interesting how a lot of them do have like a consistent furniture and curtain design in certain areas, and then maybe some of them might change up a little bit for different rooms and such. But it tends to be like very much room coordinated, but not always matching everything else. So in that aspect, yeah, quite like the background so far. All right. Yes, please take your time. So that scene was essentially just to have that conversation and to give the exposition for this backstory with Kaiser and such. You know what would have worked just as well? A flashback that explained that, like them meeting or something and then progressing. I know that I know that flashbacks are a little bit of a cliche in Gacha, but they're lesser of two evils when the other evil is exposition, whether narrating to the audience directly or to somebody else in the room. Admittedly, I do prefer there being another person there, but it is pretty transparent that they were only just there to have that one conversation and then leave just so we find out about this. Let's call her the expedition maid from now on then. Ah, yes. The EM to her friends. I'm heading to Europe in March, so I'll probably see one of these places and castles you speak of. It depends. Which parts of Europe are you going to? Because that's very, very wide margin there, I suppose. This board much more boring than I expected. Ah, we're doing the Aiden technique of zoom into the one character so you don't have to edit the rest of the people involved. Which, to be fair, was partially my fault in Fallen Angels because I was supposed to do that scene and I got too busy for it. So I was supposed to add a bunch of the extras and all that stuff. On the other hand, uh, I think I might have. I think I did something somewhat similar in People Above, but I also at least had like crowd and sound effects of people mingling in the background to solidify that. That's the difference, I think. Italy and Germany. Okay, yeah, I've been to both Italy and Germany, so yeah, good chance. I'm heading nowhere. Well, tomorrow there's an event that I have to go to, but I'm not going to other state or country. Well, it doesn't have to be right now, KW. I'm sure that you plan to travel eventually, like in your lifetime. Ah, Kaiser's parents have arrived, which means he's also here now. Just great. You busy thinking about my gorgeous face over there? He's like Lawrence, he appears from behind you. Huh, gorgeous? As if I would ever think that face of yours is good looking. Well, you did once. Last night I used to pepper kisses all over this face. Yep, it's that's that kind of X, isn't it? Exactly. Used to leave the past behind, Kaiser. There's no comma there. That says leave the past behind, Kaiser. Take the past and put it behind yourself, Kaiser. I can't quite promise you that, princess. Sorry, again, no comma. I can't quite promise you that, princess. That princess over there, I can't promise you her. Nah, it's not gonna happen. Kaiser had a Pierce moment. Nice job, Storm. Let's wave the red flags high. I'm not gonna say that just yet because honestly it seems like the whole breakup thing was not Kaiser's fault for right now. It really just does seem to be a case of he was forced into a situation that he didn't like, and he wasn't able to communicate that for, again, no fault of his own. I think that's the kind of thing we're going to see here. These two got split apart because of a misunderstanding, but they still very much have feelings for each other, still married for the same people, and therefore they're going to rekindle the old flame, so to speak. And that's going to be the story. Which, I mean, admittedly is it's one of the situations where it's like it's remarkably set up in a way. It's done through exposition, so I wouldn't prefer it if it was set up in a different way, but it's set up nonetheless in the story, so you know where it's going. But the problem is there doesn't need to be much of a surprise involved anymore. If there is, I will gladly take that back. Once again, like I said before, I've been wrong in Gacha review before, and I fully intend to bring that up if it is the case, but my hopes are not up right now. It's more of a bad point. So Pierce just follows you, spoken by the by the creator of Pierce. So that's where you know that. That's when you know. Okay, Kaiser's going about it the wrong way. Oh yeah, no, he certainly is, but they both are. How to be like Pierce. 1, watch over the girl you like while she's unconscious. 2, keep following the golden retriever. 3, say it's for her protection. 4, make sure that you always look down at the floor at all times. Never look up even once. It's about time you run after that prince collector. Yeah, it seems her real anger should be at Claudia. But because Claudia's sort of so kind of an intangible entity to her in some way, she puts that on Kaiser as well, which again, not healthy on her part either. No, so this is about Claudia again, isn't it? When has it not been about Claudia? When in the past few years between you two has it not been about Claudia? I told you before, and I'll tell you again, we aren't dating. I'm forced to hang out with her due to our parents' trade agreement. Okay, so wait, hold on. So she's been told this before? So he has communicated this to her. Then what are we doing here? Ugh. It's just like how we used to hang out. Okay, that might be a step too far because now she's going to think that he was forced to hang out with her and it wasn't actually real. So, yeah, bit of a poor choice of words there. I'll just end off in the last part. Oh, so we dated because of the trade deal. Yeah, see, I told you. I told you that was going to happen. Good lord, what happened? Sorry, hold on. Oh god, what's wrong with your face? There you go. My first actually concern maybe is timing. Oh, sorry, I thought we were talking about something else. No, us dating wasn't because of that. Yeah, if anything, logically speaking, if you'd been forced to date her as part of the trade deal, then surely he would be forced to date Claudia now, which would mean that they would be dating. But he just clarified they're not dating, therefore dating a person in a trade deal is not part of the deal or agreement, and therefore it would have been an independent decision. This is called deductive reasoning. More main characters in Gacha should employ that. Then what exactly was going on between us? An actual This is a 12-minute video. We are about like a sixth of the way through, so I'm gonna guess like 2 minutes, a minute and a half. I already don't like the main character. Not a good sign at all. Oh, okay, yeah. So, by the way, I guess for a pro, they do have noses. White noses, but noses nonetheless. Very well, carry on as if nothing really matters. Oh my goodness. I see a little silhouette of a nose. It is white, that's because it's the shadow. Yeah, sometimes people will make, like, the shadows of noses rather than, like, the actual form itself because of a line. It's sort of to imply that it's there. I've seen that happen before. It depends. People can sort of pull it off, sometimes not. It really varies. Yeah. What we had was much more real. It was hard to describe. I just always love an interruption, yeah. Ah, okay, yeah. Alright. Kaiser, I was looking everywhere for you. Sing, Jacob. Galileo. I can't. Yeah. I was gonna say I would do it properly, but it's too late. The most not musical song to ever exist. You know what? You're not wrong. That is the perfect way to describe Bohemian Rhapsody. That is very true, actually. Hmm. Kaiser eyes are up here. Yeah, interesting. Now that you can customize Gachalife 2 eyes and make them look in whichever direction you want. That is a very poor choice of where to place the pupils specifically. Like, if just looking in Claudia's general direction, maybe, but yeah. Uh, I'm just going to give Kaiser the benefit of the doubt here and say that he is a big fan of jewelry, and he has just seen what a magnificent, potentially bronze necklace that Claudia's wearing, and that's what he is currently staring at. Yeah. Looks like oh, and speaking of Claudia's eyes not looking somewhere, Claudia is staring at the floor currently. Not only that, but you've just shrunken her pupils directly. Not directly, deliberately is what I meant to say. Oh my goodness. So glad Aiden's isn't here, who definitely make a butter bunch joke. Yeah, weirdly enough, I haven't heard from Aiden like the past couple of days. We were recording a bunch of videos yesterday and he wasn't there for any of them. I don't know. We can't give Kaiser the dead IP as the benefit of the doubt. He is a grub. I don't want no grubs. A grub is a guy who won't get no doubts from me. We are not gonna think twice where he places his eyes. Let's continue, says me. I don't know. I've fumbled on finishing that. Gachalife 2 eye outlines look awful. Yeah, they're one of the things that you really have to. It's so weird how they by default have like 100% opacity, so they look like gigantic. Well, not gigantic. They look even smaller because the outlines just wedge everywhere. I'm not sure what they were going with that, and I'm not sure what the outline. Trying to ogle. Thank you, Bond. Trying to ogle at me. There. Okay. Perfect. Sometimes I do need help. Oh, I forgot. The line was, "Oh, Charlotte, I didn't see you there." Yeah. Anyway, I guess you found that so hilarious that her eyes decide to shrink. You know, because it's such a funny jape. It was nice seeing you. I hope the two of you have a great rest of your night. She is smiling a lot more than I thought she would be at this point. Not her, Charlotte's, but her also. Yeah, okay. Ah, the freeze frame. Okay, this I do appreciate, however. Having the actual camera angles and panning shots. Oh, and a moving background as well, because the background was moving at a different speed. That was, yeah, that. Okay, that's my favorite shot so far in this. At the very least, I can say the background and cinematography have been all right so far. And when I say all right, I mean more than all right. Ah, okay, it's Gareth. I mean, Prince Conrad. Hello. Are you really going to leave without saying hello to me? Is it? This is her house, right? Where is she gonna go? Ah, and this is where the Chopin comes in. I saw the list of tracks as well. Apart from like the opening music, I think the tracks so far have been pretty spot on, and they've been like appropriately listed and credited so people can look at them in the description. That's very nice to see. I've gotta love when a gacha tuber actually like properly chooses out and outlines music and thinks about the actual tone and proper integration. And yeah, why not have a bit of a Chopin here? I've said Gareth and I now. Oh my goodness. I got you, Jacob. I am the peanut butter to your jelly. I feel like I should be the peanut butter because my name is Butter, but yeah, sure, fair enough. uh, Also, Jacob, I recently watched the Live to D reviews, and I noticed the walk size different from mine. I was doing walk cycles all wrong this whole time. Oh, okay, that was completely unintentional, but there you go. I'm glad that helped. Prince Conrad Weston, the typical blonde and blue-eyed charming prince. You're not even trying to disguise this, are you? Blonde and blue-eyed charming prince. Didn't Gareth become literally Prince Charming in A Royal Tale in 2017? Pretty sure. I've only ever talked to him twice, which was a while ago. Which is not one word, by the way. Space while. You know, one while versus multiple. Anyway. Oh, come on. At least Act decided to see me. My apologies. I didn't know we're close since I've only met you twice. Why is he like... Okay, you know what? I won't rag on the poses too much because I did spend like 20 minutes preparing one custom pose for a shot in the mutant girl that's coming up. So yeah, I'm not gonna begrudge the fact that he just looks down and he like hip thrusts slightly forward as he bowed down. Unfortunate, but oh well. Run cycles and force cycles look different in the upcoming episode of Divinity before year ends. Wait, will they look different for like all of it, or like I presume the ones that you've done already, you're not gonna like redo, right? Just from a time purpose, I would recommend not redoing whatever you've done already, but the other ones, why not? Also, are we just like is this the new like term for crude humor is just a butter bunch joke? Because I guess I'm all for that. Why not? That will instead for people to think like, what's the butter bunch? Very interesting. No worries. As you'll be getting to know each other better from now on. Yeah, one of the major impressions I can't do is Gareth either, like, like derpy Gareth or smooth Gareth. Absolutely. Oh, it's just good humor, and I understand when it's out. If I remember that, then yes, by all means, before this year ends, of course. I beg your pardon. Ah, so your father hasn't told you yet. Or were you too busy hanging on to Claudia's boy toy? Ah, so now we see. Like honestly, before he was a little bit, he was a little bit overconfident, but he seemed okay. If it weren't for the fact the description says that he did something to her, then I would be thinking like, yeah, what's actually wrong with this guy? I don't know. And here it comes, of course. You got to be the outward jerk right now to really properly, uh, to really properly say like, oh yeah, you are not viable in the context of this romance story. Anyway. And I think I know where you were going with that, so yeah, fair enough. Well, excuse me, princess. We're getting married. Our parents arranged it. Deal with it. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Actually, they've been calling Claudia princess. Is she actually a princess? Was that like a nickname for her? Because it could be either, honestly. You guys are just out to get her. I understand why she wasn't looking forward to this. I'm not even sure if she knew that he was going to be here, considering the surprise she's about to receive about the trade deal and such. Do not speak of him that way. I just thought this is a very important matter for the two of us to settle. Actually, I'm going to keep the Link voice. I just thought this is a very important matter for the two of us to settle. Good night, dear. I'll be seeing you very, very soon. Why is he the only character who doesn't convey exposition? I guess they want to have the scene where, you know, she confronts her parents and then they say immediately and they'll be like, you will have no further discussion on this. It is done. And also engagement, please. I suppose. He probably would. Wait, hold on. Sorry, there's so many so many chats. I forgot to look at them all. Okay. Also, the blush is overlapping her mouth, and the blush is white. I will next time she opens her mouth to speak. I'll pay attention to that. Why do that voice so well? Like how he probably would speak that way too. I mean, yeah, most likely. Is that what Link sounds like? His voice is punchable. It's what Link sounded like in a very specific cartoon that I was not given as a reference when auditioning for Link. For the record, I'm sure that Aiden can pull off the voice as well. He can. Okay. Oh, another panning shot. At this time, I think I might be slightly okay with like the images not being pre-rendered. I think it's deliberate this time. You know, like everyone's parting just so we can focus on her. It seems there might be like a bit of a 3D, a 3D illusion manipulation situation, occasion, station. I don't know. I didn't need to know Conrad Welton. Sorry, I didn't need to know Conrad well to know he's up to no good. Okay, so now she's this thing. She's gone from talking to the EM, the exposition maid, and then every other time since then, she has just narrated inside her own head. Once again, proving how pointless that maid actually was. Even if it was a good idea to have a conversation, if you're already going to go with the narrator, then just stick with that. Honestly, because it comes less out of nowhere, if anything. Oh my goodness. So, speaking of walk cycles, I guess everyone glides in this universe. No one will ever see anyone move. And yes, I know that with custom poses, doing walk cycles is more difficult, but guess what? There are plenty of videos provided by people, myself included, but also Bon. Well, as you know, Bon didn't make a video. Bon just put them in the server. There are plenty of walk cycles done by several people, myself included, that give the export codes for custom poses for walk cycles. It's one of the most common searches at this point. And since this came out on December 1st, I think. Let me just check that. Yep, December 1st. Which means that if it took 3 weeks, that would have been like, you know, mid-November, essentially, like early to mid-November. Let's call it the 10th for argument's sake. By that point, I know there were walk cycles done because I'd made the tutorial on those. The people above had been out for almost an entire month at that point, which means that I must have used the walk cycles that I'd already gotten from Bon and the ones that I made custom myself in the people above, which means that other people must have done that too and published their findings. So there is no reason to not have walk cycles in this video. Okay. Run up on the Jacobs 2024 nomination for best camera angles. It might. Again, it's very, very early days obviously, I'm not gonna say, "Oh yeah, this is definitely nomination" in the first month of the year, but it's entirely possible. And once it comes round to it, I'll give like a month in advance people to like look back at the reviews and find their favorites, or more accurately, the original videos in the descriptions, so people can tell for themselves and they want to do the Democratic nominations again, because that will really help. Oh well. I hope I win 6 times again. Well, with more preparation, Bond, that might not end up being the case. What's the matter, Rosemary? It's nothing, dear. You're ready for bed. Stop shunning me from the truth. Please tell me. This feels like an ongoing thing that has happened, but this is the first time we've seen Charlotte being shunned from the truth, so she speaks. I think I'd say like shutting her away or something, really. I'm assuming you know something is wrong. Oh, what? No. I mean, people just cry for normal circumstances for no apparent reason. Of course. What a bizarre and crazy thing to assume that she knows that something is wrong just because she sees someone crying and saying that something is very obviously wrong. Good lord. This is why you receive a patient, you don't give it out. My characters didn't glide when they walked. At least when they do, it's most likely because they're using magic. Well, the Dark Hyruleans, at least. Oh no, can I be spelled Hyrulean again? VA panic. Oh my. You ran into Prince Conrad earlier, didn't you? Please, just tell me. I won't get mad at you. You've been married off to Prince Conrad. Okay, now I should just say the background should have been pre-rendered, because it's distracting to see it like move that way. Okay. Ah, I see. So, okay, fine, there's 2 ways to spell it. Yeah, that seems about right. There's a 30-year-old franchise. It's gonna happen. Almost 40, I think, now. Conrad? And my father let this happen? He had no other choice, dear. Wait till my father hears about— oh wait, he already knows, never mind. Also, no choice? Why did he have no choice? If this is coming as a result of the trade deal that we've been talking about in the description, then he most certainly did have another choice. He could have chosen to not make the deal. Now, it's entirely possible that Prince Conrad has, used some sort of like royal authority or something to demand that Charlotte's hand in marriage or something like that. If that's the case, then maybe. But also, the description talked about another trade thing. Like, let me just go back again. Let's see. What does it actually say here? Okay, so after writing to Prince Conrad, Charles met with a predicament, a terrible one, with no other choice. Okay, so it doesn't actually say. Okay, so there was no trade deal between Prince Conrad and the others. Okay, so I guess it is just royal authority. Okay, got it. I just want to sleep. Please get my nightgown out. Of course, dear. Oh, okay. By the way, I'm glad to see another gacha series that actually has a change of costumes. For the next couple of days, I locked myself in my room. Rosemary refused any entry to anyone, even my angry soon-to-be husband. Which should be hyphenated, but, whatever. All but one person. Please don't hurt her feelings. Why would she let him in? Unless he's like told her his plan, maybe, but like, what? Uh... Thank you for taking such good care of her. Also, haven't her parents gone in? Because this is a whole, like, or at least her father, if the mother's not around anymore. Why hasn't the father could demand to enter, right? Is he just not gonna bother seeing her or something? Even though apparently he had no choice, so he would at least want to try and comfort her about it, or, let her, like, release her anger or something? No? That, oh, okay. I unfortunately don't know this song, Bon. It's not good to sit inside of it. Okay, he already is Lawrence. He's actually, like, appearing behind. Oh, no, wait a second. I made a comparison to Lawrence before because in Phoenix Drop High, Lawrence does tend to appear behind Aphmau, especially in the first person shots. That's a thing that was unique to him. But, and then I said that Prince Conrad was Gareth. Oh, no. Oh, God, okay. Oh, that's where it comes from. Okay, I see. It's literally My Street AU, right down to the main, to Gareth and Lawrence Arthur's fighting over the main character. Oh dear. How'd you get inside of here? You can say Rosemary has a soft spot for me. Uh, did you flirt your way in? What is that supposed to mean? I'll prefer to stay inside for quite some more time. Charles, that's not good for your health. Don't call me that! That was my nickname when we were dating! You cannot say that anymore! My health is not one of my main concerns right now. Then how about a small walk in your favorite garden? For not your health. I no longer like walks in the gardens. It's like Jason, I'm gonna say that's from because spoilers. I'm just thinking of wasn't it wasn't Mortal Engine, that's a movie. It was Mortal something. There's like a whole series. With a book series the Shadowhunters were based on. Anyway. Never call me Dookie. Is that your couple's nickname, Bon? Mortal Instruments, there we go, thank you. And it was Mortal something. Anyway, we may not have talked for a while, but I still know when you were lying. Your Tinder profile says long walks in the gardens. I know what you're into. Now let's get outside before it gets too hot out. Ah, yes, of course, the long walks in the gardens, and conveniently you just happen to have stopped right before the shot comes in. All right. I'm just thinking that this would have been like a mediocre comic, I think. If this were a gacha comic, then you have an excuse to have all these shots be static. You don't have to worry about too much of the panning and keyframing, and a lot of these, like, overlaying shots, and the narration wouldn't feel so out of place either, in fact. I mean, the story would still be extremely cliché, and contain, up until now, zero surprises, especially with the description outlining almost everything that happens. But, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it would be at least, it would be all right. Wow, she sure is a Debbie Downer. I've heard Debbie Downer like a bunch of places. Yeah, I can't pin like one location. Sorry about that. This will be one of my last times in the garden before I have to move in with Conrad. Then you should probably have got down here more, honestly. What in the world are you doing? Is there one of your favorite flowers to usually grow here? There was no need for that, and you turn this on the other side. That's an error in every gacha game. They always do that with like the mirror inversion. It never makes sense. Oh well. Also, this is 100% me in one of my past relationships. One of my exes, I kept on saying to her, you know, that she looked very good with a flower in her hair, which was still very much true. So I just put flowers in her hair occasionally. Not like actual flowers, more so like fake flowers. Anyway. It is no longer one of your favorite flowers? Sorry, I messed up. No, it still is. What are you really here for, Kaiser? I just wanted to check on you, but I also found a solution. Safety torch! Sorry. If I was like a reference as you just saw. Punchy sweet. I mean, it's because like we like one of the things that we realize like we know like we reference like a lot of the same things, and it's always us that get each other, so that's why. I feel like I'm dropping the ball today. As I see this week's book talk episode, more instruments, I'm guessing you mean. I was anything else I already said. The sport that one I said was this the Institute, because I referring to the book series. In a live stream. A rare / weird live stream. Oh yeah, of course. Gonna have to return to that like next week, because I am because it's one of the ones that I know is gonna be bad, but I'm also like very curious about at the same time. Let's get married. Oh wow, and the music cuts out, and suddenly everything in the surroundings like okay, cinematography and audio editing. Those are the two greatest strengths of this video so far. Tell her I must see her at once, you foolish maid. I love how the maid can refuse entry to him, but the father can't refuse a forced proposal. How on earth does that work? He said the title, roll credits, that's the end. Yeah, if only. we're only halfway through. What's the matter here? There you are, looking beautiful as ever. I came here to pick you up to go. Oh, sorry. I came here to pick you up to go to the ball. Actually, for my dearest soon-to-be husband, I have a surprise. Also, what ball? Is there another ball? The ball was like weeks ago, right? Oh, and there's the same hip thrust pose that was improperly programmed. Okay. Again, I won't begrudge that too much. It's still early days. Hey man, I know it's still early, but this movie isn't that bad. Yeah, the Winters mini movie was also not that bad until halfway through, and that's where we are now. However, I must arrive alone in order to give it to you. What do you mean, arrive alone? Arrive where? You live here. Do you mean that you're going to tell him about your engagement by traveling over to his house, but by yourself? Even though you could just tell him here, where you're already mostly alone? Unless you want the EM to leave. I have a surprise. Intense hip thrust. Just becomes like Aoyama from My Hero Academia. Just, anyway. Very well, but only for you, dear. I can't wait to show you off to everyone tonight. I too am excited for tonight. Oh, she's saying arrive alone at the ball. Okay. Again, apparently there's also a different ball. Is she gonna plan to arrive with Kaiser and, you know, surprise like as a date and, you know, ridicule him? That'll at least be like something, maybe. Still not pre-rendered backgrounds. Why are you even smiling right now? I suppose Claudia also looks like, I think it's Ruby from Phoenix Drop Days, which is an interesting comparison. For this would be my favorite night ever. No, it'll be the worst night ever. I guess, because actually this kind of makes sense, you know, for Claudia to find out first, because uh, although Charlotte's decided to, you know, enact this plan and not tell him in the moment, she never ran that by Kaiser, which means that Kaiser probably would have told Claudia because that's how that they're frequently seen together, so it would come up in conversation most likely. It seems as though your life isn't working out. Is that the only reason that you think she could possibly be in distress? No other. I guess this is the uh insert time in the past here. Maybe this is all that Conrad thought that women cared about at the time. I have no idea. And yours won't as well, you moron. Ah, you are so stupid. Just poked the prince in the eye. Can you get like get like executed for that? Is that how that works? She's a spoiled rat. You dirty rat, Dan. Just what is the matter of this? I think you meant meaning. I think you were trying to say what's the meaning of this. Conrad broke off my parents' trade deal with his. But you mean Kaiser broke off your I'm going insane. You're speaking to Conrad right now. Kaiser's the one who had the trade deal with your parents, right? Like And fitting enough, there was one time that Gareth called Lawrence Zane by mistake in the script. That truly does not concern me, Claudia. We have bird scraps of bread, I think I'm saying. That means something bad is coming. Oh, so doing the whole birds tell the future thing? I suppose, I mean, that's a tie to Greek mythology there. Alright then. But I'm Conrad. Exactly! You broke off the deal that you didn't make with my parents you haven't met. I don't think. Claudia's brain is the same as Ebony's, isn't it? What do you mean by that? You mean like needs recalibration or one-track mind? I'm not sure what we're going with here. And yeah, we could do with some more punctuation, depending. Stop that! Don't jinx us now! Just you wait then, Conrad. Yep, called it. What is this scandal? Kaiser, you're supposed to be in love with me! These are characters who want to my answer. Yes. Oh, okay, fine. Jinx, you've been cursed. You owe me a soda. Isn't that the line? Which, by the way, in the Spanish dub of the Phineas and Ferb movie, he does not say you owe me a soda. He says you owe me an ice cream. I don't know why, because helado and refresco have the same number of syllables, so not sure why that was changed. Anyway, not with this disgusting cheater. Charlotte's thought cloud. As if we haven't heard Charlotte's thoughts already. Just like do a close-up of her or something if people are going to be confused. She's trying to manipulate the people hearing this to believe it. You know, we could have got the exact same information from a reaction shot from some of the crowd. You know, implying that she's raising her voice enough to be heard. That would have worked just as well. Or some crowd sound effects that died down as she says this. That too could have sufficed, but no, by all means, have Charlotte's thought bubble tell us the exact information we could have just discerned from visuals alone. That's all false. I've always told you we aren't dating. It was never romance. As for Charlotte and Conrad, it was a forced marriage. She never signed anything, never giving her consent. This is all nonsense. Believe whatever, but our love for another is real. Why was nonsense in quotes? This is all nonsense. I don't get it. I finally found my peace. Now, if you mind, my wife and I would like some peace. First of all, you aren't married yet. That'd be your fiance. Second of all, she just said she found her peace. You probably would use a different word than peace again. Either that or really into it goes, speaking of peace, we would like some, please, or something like that. Wife? If you'd like, you can see the signed papers. Why did we... Okay, I feel like in a video called Let's Get Married, the general audience would want to see the wedding. Like, I'm not crazy, right? People would wish to see the wedding that occurs from this union, surely? Okay. Welcome to the land of no romance, where the land doesn't make sense. Like Wonderland. There is no letdown, I know. Sorry. Yeah. There is no plot, I know. Let down like an off-screen celebration. Wait, that's Chocolate Factory, isn't it? Never mind. Wrong thing. I'm thinking of Nostalgia Critic because he used it in that. Whatever. Yeah, apparently there was no wedding. Bleh. She is about to explode. She is doing the same face Jigglypuff does whenever it gets ignored in the Pokemon anime. Now we are going to excuse ourselves, thank you. See, now we get a panning shot. And why is he... Okay, again, I really do not know why people have such an obsession with people when they're angry smiling maniacally. Unless we have seen how unstable they can be, it does not come across in the way that you want them to. Just have him, you know, have like an angry mouth and that's it. We don't... Like, I guess within the realms of Gacha, people can understand that this is meant to be angry, but, you know, also on the brink of insanity. But at the same time, that's not the reason that it's not actually a super common thing to happen, or shouldn't be, really. Why all these insane characters? I don't know. Exactly. What's wrong with your face? Land of No Romance sounds like a great place for us aces. It's not for you, you need an ace land, a land for aces. I feel like we're saying the same thing here, but anyway. And yes, villain mode. We've got a quarter left to do, by the way. Which, yeah, I guess now I think about it, the marriage proposal came in surprisingly late for this 12-minute mini-movie. He's getting into his Joker arc. Maybe that's where it comes from. I was going to guess that it came from, like, Gasai, but yeah, the Joker I've been pulling that off for way longer. You're right. Oh, low battery. I missed that line entirely because my computer shoved that into my face. Quickly switch over. Okay, I missed that line, so let me just go back a bit. Let's see how long this truly lasts. Not playing Imperial March. What do you think they're going to do now? I don't know, but I'll make sure you are safe. Is he gonna hurt her? I guess, I don't know. What is it that we have? Well, apparently signed documents, according to you. I'm not sure, but let's take it slow. As our love grew strengthened. You know, much like time grows, our love grows strengthened. As our love strengthened, or as our love grew. You don't have to say grew strengthened. Trouble was brewing. Who's talking? Both mouths were open. Well, here's the thing. Like, we at least have, like, color-coded lines this time. So blue has been Charlotte and red, orangey, whatever, was Kaiser. Even an establishing shot and everything. I guess they're back home now. Was that their honeymoon, just on a boat randomly? Was that a huge thing back in the insert time period here era? Much like time grows, our love grows. That sounds like wedding vows. Can you can you imagine that? Oh my goodness, there has to be a sketch about someone putting their wedding vows through Google Translate. That'd be the most hilarious thing ever. I believe there's no need for alterations. Oh, sorry, wrong character. Oh, of course. This is a little bit of a scandalous outfit for insert time period here era. You look pale. What's the matter? Nothing. Just a little tired. You know I dislike being lied to. Fine, I tested your food and it was poisoned. I didn't want you to find out like this. Bleh. What do you mean? You aren't my Rosemary. Wow, I didn't think you were smart. What? Where's Rosemary? Hold on, is she a witch? Does magic exist in this universe and she transforms somebody? Or is that just a very convincing disguise and impeccable impression? Yeah, I'm with you on this one, KW. Huh? I have questions. Let's just go find out. Where are we? Where did they go? That was an in-between frame, wasn't it? Okay. She isn't here. Oh, so she was smart enough to figure out she's not the same Rosemary, but she's not smart enough to figure out she's being lured into a trap in a dungeon by a girl that doesn't like her. Really? Duh, you're here to be ridden of. Yeah, exactly. Duh, what happened to that intelligence you had before? I have several questions. I've assumed they either walked here or Claudia teleported her with the magic that we just found out right now that she has. Imagine if the narration was that lazy. It was like, oh, by the way, she was a witch the whole time. Forgot to mention that in chapter 1. Ugh. This should have been a mini series. Would been yeah, have so much time to develop like the reason behind like the dislike between like about well, just that whole rupture between Charlotte and Kaiser for the starters, Prince Conrad's motivations, maybe like the encounters in the past. We spice that in with the flashbacks. Uh, Claudia's apparently supernatural abilities. It seems a little bit more about Rosemary, so we know the difference between like that one and the other one, because the old Rosemary also lied to her to try and protect her. So it very much could have been the logic of why she discovered the Rosemary was not the same. It might just have been the outfit, maybe, if that. But yeah, at the very least, this could have been a part 1 and part 2. That I think would cover up a lot of the bases, maybe. You know what? Let's say trilogy for safety, you know? Have part 1 be about, like, them as children and all of that, then possibly like, flash forward and end with the marriage proposal, 'cause it's called Let's Get Married, so that's important. Then have, like, the wedding preparations or the announcement of the engagement, and then Claudia and Conrad's reactions, and then after that, you know, that have the finale, you know, the class be like the actual wedding. Maybe they have to escape from this imprisonment in part 2, and so, you know, Kaiser has to rescue her or something, or she has to escape and they have to reunite, or Kaiser has to battle Conrad in some sort of fashion. I don't know what it would have been, and that would have been like the act 3, and then which of course finishes with the actual wedding as the epilogue, or as the climax if the wedding gets interrupted by them in some spectacular fashion. One of those 2 scenarios would have worked, I think. There, I fixed it. Oops, I forgot to mention that magic does, in fact, exist. I finally live a life without you in it. I'll have everything I ever wanted, except the trade deal and the respect of Kaiser, and his love and the trade deal. This accomplishes nothing. Charlotte is definitely dumb. Why would you follow the villain? I mean, even if yeah, just like it's just a story, but even she must realize that yeah, she's the villain in her life at least. He still won't love you. Yeah, that's what I said. Exactly. You're nothing but a nuisance to him. Do you really think it's okay to say that to me? I mean, sure, why not? I mean, who are you to me, really? But no worries, I'll deal with you real soon. Ah, yes, real soon. That's how I talked back in the day. Are you ready to meet your end? Well, you said it was soon, right? Not like right now. So why are you asking me that? Sorry, but last minute, I'm changing the plan. I'm gonna cut your hair instead, and that's gonna solve the issue. The number 1 cause of magic power drench is alopecia. like Delilah severing Samson's hair to deprive him of his strength, so too shall your magic be undone as soon as the last follicle has been plucked from your scalp. The end. She took soon quite literally. What are you gonna do? Lock me in a room for all eternity? Yeah. The 1 cause of magic drain is alopecia. If you ever make a Jacob Butter quotes compilation, that has to be in there. Oh, that's up there with the gingivitis line that Ghosty had me record at one point as Ulrich. Okay. Was was that her entire head? Because, like, the hair's still attached to her, right? So did he just, like, did he cut her head off with scissors? 'Cause that's not how that works. Off with your head! uh, you know something? Actually, I'll say that for the end. I'll save that for the end. Tonight is such an unexpected surprise. Did you really? If she wants a world without you, I can have that. And I guess that we teamed up, even though we were never shown on screen together. I guess I was Felicity. Like, what? She got what she had coming for her. I will at least appreciate the fact that the two antagonists don't have aligning motivations. I was going to say that I was going to say that Conrad's sudden change felt the same as like Gibby's spontaneous changing of mind when trying not to break up Sam and Freddy in iCarly, but yeah, no, this actually makes a lot more sense than Gibby's thing did. In this case, I guess one of the things I love to see, like in Fallen Angels, for example, how even once we see, you know, Kurt and Abraxas there, the main antagonists were before, the main antagonists now on screen together, you can tell they're not just going to be the same again. And there was like a little bit of a concern in my mind that we end up going that direction because, you know, Kurt is evil and that was the whole point for the start. But no, their alignments were very much different. One of them went way too far in the opposite direction. So it never would have worked out. Another one here. And much like in Fallen Angels, one destroyed the other in one very simple motion. She tried to get rid of you from it. Yeah, I know, Conrad. I was there. Why are you telling me this? I can't live without you, Charlotte. But now I can peacefully show you my love. Without all those pests in the way. Does that mean that he's like beheaded Kaiser as well? I sincerely hope not. I don't know. Bro casually cut through bone. William Afton would be impressed. Yeah, he certainly would. Time for your lesson in French royalty. Yes, French royalty. They definitely did not use a guillotine. They used scissors. You just met her. Is he Hans? Oh wait, Gaston. I mean, Gaston never never got that far. Was deprived of the chance, but yeah. This isn't love. You can't possibly know what love is. What Kite and I have is love. Oh! Well, I'm so glad you brought him up, because Kaiser is already dead! Points to the corner of the room. That is a Tom Scar reference, but it's a reference to a thing that has been banned by the Advertising Standards Authority. So, there you go. No more Claudia, no Kaiser, just Monica, just Monica, just Monica. Just Conrad. Yes, exactly. Just Conrad. Just Ken. Even with Rosemary. Oh yeah, she didn't get beheaded. I threw her off the tower. Yeah, she's on the pavement right now. You're just a monster void of any love. Well, duh, that's why I want you. You just never accept my love. Never. I'll have to get rid of you now. Oh, yeah, he reached out with his hand, like his bare hand, like, I'll take rid of you now. What? Okay, why though? Are you all right? I found the sharpest pair of scissors I had. It was the best I could do. Oh, I guess we don't see that, but sure. I'll just assume it was scissors. Also, yeah, I love this background again. Oh, hold on. So is this the actual wedding? But the signed documents a lie before? You look beautiful. Thank you for everything. Also, where is my father? The one who I mentioned in this video? Where is he? Why were there only, like, 5 characters? This really is a Gachalife 2 production. There's limited characters, and all the focus goes into the details that aren't, like, directly involving Gacha, aka the backgrounds and the editing and the cinematography, all the stuff you can do in post-production. That makes a lot of sense. I gotta watch some more videos on this person's channel just as a comparison point to see if it really was just a Gachalife 2 issue or not. Oh, so even after this point, we still don't see the. Is there a post credits? Let's see. Nope. There is nothing. Cool. You sure it's not that bad now, Bon? You still don't get to see it. So no wedding? No wedding. A video that is called Let's Get Married does not, in fact, feature a marriage. Figure out that one, shall you? You know something? This is what I was going to say earlier that I realized. In a lot of these gacha videos, it turns out that a lot of these videos that we look at have good premises, or you have premises that you think, okay, this could be something interesting. This one, admittedly, did not have the best foundations. It was more like, we can do it this way, or it's like the premises you kind of think of. Even in the description, it outlines everything, so you have got no surprises. But some of the time, you think, okay, this is a decent idea for a story, and it can go in a number of directions. But the problem is that a lot of people, when they come up with story ideas, even with some ones that we do here, they don't know how to finish them. I mean, even me, some of the stuff that I say, like, oh, this could be like a great story, this could be blah blah, and feature blah 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 blah. Some of the time, there's come in my head like, okay, this would be a beginning, this would be like the middle and end or something. Other times, no. But the thing is that, yeah, there's no like middle and end that really seem to be in sight for this. Maybe a middle, actually. Whenever I write stories, I tend to imagine when they're not series. When I tend to write like self-contained one installment stories, I tend to think of the beginning and the end, and the middle, I work out the journey going forward. This is why I don't DM yet. uh, so in my mind, that's why a lot of the stories I have, like, I know what the conclusion is going to be, and that's why I know what direction to take it, and I know what plot twist to include, how to foreshadow in the best way. With gacha videos, I do question if people actually have an end in sight, or if they think of, oh, this would be a great idea for a video. Oh no, I now have to write that video. And when that's your foundation, regardless of cinematography, regardless of appropriate use of a choice of audio, regardless of making an honest attempt at making the best out of a very rudimentary new installment to the gacha lineup when few people, by own admission, even attempt to do so, and trust me, I get it, I've done the same myself, means that regardless of any of those key advancements, there's always going to be something underneath that is like that is not going to work. The wedding must have been cancelled. The bodies of Claudia and Conrad were discovered. Then postpone it. Do it some other time. They didn't arrange a date, did they? I don't think so. Is this worse than the gachalifeminimovie Swap Twins? Wait, this is the person who made Swap Twins? The what? Like the My Story animated style one? That makes a lot of sense. So we have seen another video by this channel before, and it's another one that is very expertly like mounted and has, and yeah, I think that one had music as well. I don't remember fully, so maybe that was it, because in that video the visuals again were still top notch. And probably, again, a little bit more of a control of that. I guess in that case, it probably really is just a case of Gacha Life 2 being so new and rudimentary and having all the issues that it does that means that it's difficult to make an advancement that way. I suppose that's what it really boils down to, in a way. Well, okay, well that explains like the poses, the lack of walking cycles, the fact that no one seems to move at all in any meaningful way. That and I can say that one of the things that I was criticized for in like the I think it was by Emily because of memberships, and she saw the people above scenes early because I put them all on members only. I think that was when she said that it looked lifeless by comparison, or it felt like something was missing. And yeah, there was a lot that was missing. The animated mouths and the expressions that we tend to try and pull off are much more difficult. And admittedly, in this video, apart from some weird like yandere stuff that was going on with some of the characters' faces occasionally, the expressions felt very much alive. And it feels like, again, people are starting to control Gacha Life 2 much more, and they can see where they see like how best to take advantage of what it does have to offer, rather than be limited by what it doesn't, which is essentially what you do with every gacha game, one way or the other. Well, things that comes with the territory, really. So, in again, you've got to respect a lot of these things. I think pretty much like most things worked in here, except the script. Or I say the script, the story. I'm not going to claim there was or wasn't a script. It feels like if you're doing captures, it could have done one, but yeah. Either way, the story outline itself was the major letdown here. And also the characters. The main, like, no one is likable. And also, it seems like a little bit like some things that weren't delivered. To go one more time back to the description here, let's see what we actually saw in here. We saw the breakup. There's been unspoken tension. Wrong, they very much speak about it all the time, every scene that they shared until the marriage proposal. The two are not going to bring it up because they brought it up again immediately. They brought it up to each other and to the audience. We heard about the trade agreement, except that didn't happen after they broke up because, or maybe it did. I don't know. Did they ever actually say they broke up? Resulting in spending lots of time together. Claude insisting on the people date site despite Kaz's refusal. Yep, there we saw that. Time's on tension bruised. You mean time grows, but whatever. Okay. Going to Prince Conrad. So yes, we get that. We know Kaz comes to a rescue marriage proposal. Okay. What did Conrad do to Charlotte? I think this is meant to say what will he do, like in the episode once you watch it, what will happen, rather than like what did he do in the past. I interpret that as he did something to her in the past that made Charlotte dislike him, rather than, I guess, he just was a jerk a bit in this episode, and that was really it. And then what will Claude do as a result? Well, okay, so yeah, so some of those things in there we did see to some way it was there were some of them were poorly phrased and some of them were outright deceptive. So yeah, take that for what you will. Really seems like just final review, work on the story. That's basically because most of everything else is already there. Shame, really. Again, I always say to people, if you can do visuals or story, always go with story. Because otherwise you end up with situations where movies turn out like this, despite the 3 weeks of effort that you put into them. Oh well. Consider this video shared around. Sorry that I couldn't be more positive about it, but that's what they do. I say that like this person's going to watch the video that I've done here. Probably not. But anyway, time shall tell. If they're looking for reactions, this is technically one of them. So, as for everyone else here, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. Subscribe to us already, and I guess next time, well, sometime soon, we'll check out more Sunflower videos from the beginning because I want to see that evolution now. But for now, on that note, until next time, farewell.